So I'm going to post one more of this. So this is part 6. I think there's going to be 7 parts to this. So this is part 6. Once upon a time, this is. And Eternia, Castle Grayskull. This is, there's more of these guys. So you got Decker, you got Mechanic, Man at Arms, some of the soldiers fighting on all these Horde troopers. You know, we got this long mural. You got Moss Man, you got Stratos, you got everybody. This is, it's hard to say what's happening here. These look like the ATTE walkers from the Clone Wars, doesn't it? You got everybody fighting to the death. You got Snout Spout from his homeland where they're firefighters. He's the head firefighter of his tribe when He-Man was trying to save the town from a fire. Way back in the Shakar and Crystal story, the very 4-part issue. But you got all these different characters. Everybody's saving. The fight for Castle Grayskull is important because that's where Hordak really needs to go. And it's possible he can get out through that way. Here she is, berating Tila. Why do you resist? Why do you resist, Tila? And she says, bet knight, fifth guard, 50 gold pieces I could get you on knees before me. Too easy. Tila is just resistant. She doesn't care. But, you know, Adora is really thinking. This is like Darth Vader after he learns that Luke is his son. I don't know who's the greater fool, her for resisting or me for trying to what, connect with her, to justify myself to her. I've all but killed her. The only reason she's still alive is because I charged the med techs to prolong her agony. So I should have gutted the damn bird the same as I gutted the girl. Why didn't I listen? I've started you. My apologies, Adora of Eternia. Uh, so that is not my name, and your concern is more with a name than with an apparition. Names have power, as do apparitions attend. You do not command me. Tell Tila of Hordak and listen. For the first time, truly listen to what you are saying. Learn the truth by your own words. She's trying to really tell her the truth. The Lord Hordak was struck down by the power of the sword, grievously wounded and banished to bleak Despondos, where his physical form withered and died. Withered and died. So now he is still bound to. He's dead technically, but his mind is trapped in a contraption so that he just can't simply get out. Evil-Lyn tried to get him out because she didn't like the way Skeletor was doing things, and that didn't work out, and she was sick with Despondos. But now it it probably is up to her to do it, but somehow Hordak will get out, and that'll be problems for He-Man. He-Man and the others fight. There's a lot of conflict. Uh, the Forge, you found it. Forge. Grayskull's Forge, it's part of that long story I mentioned. How did you discover the Forge's whereabouts, its existence? Zor. Sorceress, but she's dead. Do mages ever truly die? A new sword as well, but you have been busy. Time enough for talk for later. Now belongs to Tila. This is, he's reached such a maturity level that even though he's still Prince Adam, and even though he's still, because they drew, I mean, Prince Adam and He-Man look about the same as they do in Revelation. One's skinny and one's muscular. But there's so much more to this because he has a responsibility. Now belongs to Grayskull. When I return, we'll have words about my sister. This is, you have a sister. That's what I believe, regardless of Zor's words, were it not for what you said when you first set eyes on Despera. Marlena, mother's name. I don't think you were aware of saying it. Was she that similar in appearance? A mirror image. She, that Despera, is a mirror image of your mother as she looked the day we met. So there's so many questions, but right now he's got to get Tila back, and then they can fix Grayskull, or save it. And mine, Adam, if daughter she be. This is a lot. Now Marlena is on a sabbatical on Earth. She maybe one day she'll return, but for right now she's not on Earth. And so the rest of the family. So this is a lot of family drama, a lot of Hordak. This is where the direction this needed to go. Yeah, I mean, you can only take it so far with Skeletor causing trouble and crossovers, but eventually everybody has to know that Adam and He-Man are one of the same, and Hordak's going to come back. Now, this is Desperate. Have you taken leave of your senses? Your father charged that you return only when Eternia is ground beneath. Tell me again of my childhood. Tell me again of my mother's love and a father's pride. Uh, so she wants the truth, and she's not happy. The truth, child, your suspicions come too soon. Once you have had ground Eternia underfoot, killed your own kin, then what would it matter if the truth were known? Where could you have gone? What could you have turned to? Uh, this is all conditioning. So let me see. You surprised me. Why? To what end? When he sent you to Eternia, he took you from me. He knew the truth awaited you. He just didn't know it. His arrogance has always been his undoing. I don't know what, it's all conditioning. There is no throne waiting for you. The throne was your brother's to claim, your twin brother. Eternia has little use for queens. So she knows, I mean, she would have told her that she had no brother, and now that she has to tell her that she has a brother, but that nobody wants you. It's like you have to make lie after lie after lie to keep her around because she knows that they need a warrior because they know she's that powerful. But it's it took only a couple of moments in the Princess of Power movie for He-Man to tell Adora that she's his sister, and she didn't last too long being the captain of Hordak's guard. In this one, it has to take a few issues to get us there because we get older, we get a little more sophisticated. Now, this is important because he was called Keldor before he sold what little soul he possessed to Hordak. Uh, Power, never underestimate the allure of power. As Keldor, he was insignificant at best, a footnote in Eternia's history. As Skeletor, however, he was one of awe and wonder and dark desire. He was Eternia's history, written the blood of the innocent. He was spectacular. So Norma's uncle, this is the thing he had to do for Hordak was, and this also is in parallel to when he took the Faceless One's daughter, Lynn, known as Evil Lynn. So he captured two children that time. Uh, I don't know if he did it as I would have thought he did it as Keldor, but who knows? I mean, this is a little bit different, right? The very warrior sworn to see dead. There is humor in that if one has an eye for it. Um, where here lies mother. It's like, I am well past lying. Then why was I taken? Tila, that is her name. It is not your imaginary friend come to life. And so what does Tila have to do? Her mother saw you separated from your twin. And had she not intervened, both of you would have been taken. So here's the moment that you remember from the old cartoon. She was the sorceress of great power, great cunning. She suspected the royal twins would be the targeted by Hordak because were their positions reversed, she would have targeted them. Your expression betrays you. It asks the question your pride would never voice. What threat could two innocent infants possibly pose to Hordak at the bleak dominion? Prophecy, child. The power of Grayskull, Hordak believed you to be the prophecy given life. So the power of Grayskull's mage was sworn to protect. It was always been my belief that in the end you were allowed to be taken. So I don't know what this was about. I still am puzzled. I guess she allowed you with the sacrifice Grayskull required. Prophecy of the blood. Um, so it may have been that if you had one child to be taken, that peace would be in Eternia. Otherwise, if none of the children were taken, uh, then there would be war. And she did not want war. The boy child or the girl child, it mattered not to her. She served Grayskull, and Grayskull was nothing if not a harsh master. The prophecy was all. So that might have been true. There might have been a prophecy of one child had to survive and one had to go to balance Eternia and Etheria, I guess. And maybe it was a blood pact. Maybe it was something that was going to be owed or due in 1,000 years. But Keldor took, I guess in another universe, Keldor took Evil Lynn and then Adora. And he serves a higher power. He worked for King Hiss, but he served a higher power. So he did a lot of crazy shit. So there's a lot of stuff happening. We got a fucking airplane. Okay, we got. Tell me she lies, Lord. Does the weapon question the wielder? We see Hordak again. I cannot answer that question. Who am I? Is my entire life a lie? Yes, Thrall, your life was lived as I decreed it. Your very soul, was recast in my image. Tell me, Thrall, when you were a child taken, would you have not moved the heavens and above the earth to get the child back if you were the mother? They don't even know your name except as a sacrifice. This is like a lot. You dare. Sorceress knew. She knew that the king would never stop trying to get the child back, rush to war, they would, and unprepared they would be. Sorceress made them forget for Eternia. So I guess what's happened, if you want to interpret this, is that the sorceress knew um, that she had to make a sacrifice, a baby, to keep peace in Grayskull. So she mind wiped the king and queen, and this is hurting her a lot. At this point, she doesn't know what's going on. Shadow Weaver was mother to you then. She is mother to you still. Go, go. The future, whatever future will have you. So she sent her away, I guess. Imaginary world for you to play in. A friend, you say, keep her a secret or she will go away. You see how good girls are rewarded. Only good girls can go to the imaginary world. Are you a good girl, Despera? Yes, mommy. Yes, this is really hard. She is now at a crossroads. Tila. And so she goes after her. Doesn't work. Learn, look and learn. Do not disappoint me, daughter. This is hard. This is Hordak putting her in her place. Uh, they're talking here, and yeah, so they're going to try to figure out how to get Tila back. Tila's still blocked up, and this is more effective. Here, use a knife. It's more effective than just punching me. Your mother gave me to Hordak, or so he would have me believe, my mother the sorceress. I am your king's daughter, taken by birth. So, oh, she stabs her too. Now we're even. Go. What's this all about, your mother and your being whatever? I think this marks the continuation of a beautiful friendship. These two this is just a harsh relationship. So I think in a few days we'll go into this. I have a lot to do Thursday through Sunday, but I wanted to get this done. I wanted to dedicate one of these videos to the Toy Huntress and Mr. Toy Huntress, her husband. That'll probably be the previous video. But anyway, stay tuned, Eternians. We will get through this. We will see She-Ra eventually. We will see Adam. We will see Tila. And Adam will look at us at the end.